Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I just wanted to film a quick little Etsy ads update. So as you know, in 2020 Etsy ads turned into this whole other thing where you have Etsy offsite ads and Etsy promoted listing. Now just a very quick rundown. Etsy offsite ads means that Etsy will advertise your listings on your behalf on websites such as Google, Facebook, Bing and the like. Etsy promoted listings are where you purely just promote your listings on the Etsy platform. So that's the two main difference. And as you guys know, in 2020, so a couple of months ago, Etsy did change this up a little bit. And it came as a bit of a shock to quite a lot of Etsy shop owners out there because, again, they had only just changed it previously, a couple of months before they announced this change. So it's all having a little bit of a change up on the Etsy advertising front. Now, the very first thing I would like to say is that Etsy does not find the offsite ads stats easy to find. So I have posted the Etsy offsite ads link in the description box below so that you can go and you can look at your offsite ad page, okay? So this is specifically for your shop. Click the link and it will take you there because the Etsy offsite ad link is really not easy to find and it's taken me a fair few minutes to actually find it myself. So at the moment, as I'm recording this, it's not actually accessible from your dashboard, which is a little bit of a pain in the butt, but at the end of the day, I have the link, so go and click it to find out what's happening in your shop with Etsy offsite ads. Now, a very quick thing again is that before the 1st of May, so from the 1st of May onwards, you will be charged for your Etsy offsite ad link clicks, okay? Before the 1st of May, you will not be charged. They are actually waiving the fee. So I guess it's kind of like an introductory offer, or it could be because of the way that things are at the minute with the epidemic and things like that. But Etsy offsite ads, sorry, are not charging you for link clicks before the 1st of May. And one other thing that I have found out as well is that if someone clicks your Etsy offsite ad, for example, on Google, and they click it multiple times and they make multiple orders for each time they have clicked that link, in a 30-day cookie window, okay, which basically means that from the first time they click that ad, they are being tracked for 30 days. If they come back to your shop and make a purchase, you will be charged a fee. So they're actually giving themselves like a 30-day window from the minute that they click that ad link for you to be charged a fee if they make a purchase on your shop. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. I'm kind of up and down with this one. A 30-day cookie window is quite normal, especially for affiliate links and things like that. But I kind of think that, you know, if they're not purchasing the actual item or an item similar from that ad, then it's obviously not that ad that has made the purchase that item themselves. So, but then on the other hand, I'm thinking that they probably might not have discovered your shop anyway if that ad hadn't been clicked on. So there's pros and cons of both. I'm not here to kind of say what's right and what's wrong, but I just wanted you guys to be aware of what that is. Another thing as well, guys, that they're still going ahead with that reduced fee if you've made $10,000 within a 12-month period. So if you make more than $10,000 within 12 months, you will be charged a 12% fee. Whereas other sellers that are making under $10,000 a year will be charged a 15% fee. But again, there's pros and cons with this because obviously if you are making under $10,000 a year in your Etsy shop, you have the option to turn these ads off. Shops like mine, where we're earning over $10,000 a year, we do not have that option. So there is no kind of give and take. It's basically a case of either you're in and you get a nice little discounted fee, or, you know, you can opt out but you don't get a discounted fee. 3% overall is not that much. If you calculate it over the cost of a £10 item, it's not that much. So I don't know again how I feel about this. It's still quite early days in the Etsy offsite ad times, but I just kind of feel like there are pros and cons to both. But now I'm just going to go through how it's worked for my shop, what my take is on it, and my opinions on Etsy offsite ads. So I just want to quickly say that there is a really good way for you to accurately track whether your offsite ads are working, especially on Google. And the best place to do this is to install Google Analytics onto your Etsy shop. Now I do have a video about this. I will link it in the description box below. It's so easy. It's like a 3.5-minute video to show you how to install the Google Analytics code on your Etsy shop. And I'm telling you, it's imperative that you do this because Etsy stats kind of suck. I'm just going to put it out there. The stats is not as detailed as what I would like them to be. Google Analytics stats, however, they have shown me exactly where I'm getting clicked from, and it's even shown in a nice handy dandy little tab on the Google Analytics dashboard that says paid advertising, and that is where the Etsy Offsite Ads is coming from. That's where the clicks are. So basically, if you go to your Google Analytics dashboard, you will see whether you are getting clicked from Google, Facebook, Bing, and places like that. So it's kind of like doubly making sure that what Etsy is saying on the offsite dashboard, which again, I'm gonna link the Etsy Offsite Ads link in the description box below. It's kind of double checking that what they're saying is actually correct, because, you know, whether we trust what Etsy is telling us is neither here nor there. I would rather Google tell me what's going on. So just putting that out there. So how is Offsite Ads working for my shop? Now, I am a full-time shop owner. I have been since 2016. I make a very decent amount of money in my shop. I'm not here to brag or anything like that. I just want you to know what kind of level I'm on Etsy-wise. Now, my sales have actually increased, and I did actually go onto my Offsite Ads dashboard, and I can kind of see why. My Etsy offsite ads are performing very well. Now, obviously, with the 12% fee, again, if you click on that Etsy offsite ads link in the description box, it will tell you everything you need to know. But the 12% fee is quite a lot. Now, I'm looking at the fees because it does actually tell you, if you go across onto the individual products that have sold, it will tell you in brackets what the fee actually is. Now, I have actually priced my items in a way that enables me to charge that kind of fee to advertise, to bring people in to purchase. It is tied in with, you know, Facebook advertising and things that I do, Google AdWords and other advertising. I do make sure that each item has that buffer on it. And again, if you want to learn more about this, I do have a video on this about how I price my Etsy products correctly in order for me to do this. But we do go into depth in the Shortcut to Success course. Now, I'm not plugging it, I'm just saying that we do go into detail, real detail, about a lot of topics actually, but most of all, we do go into detail about pricing and how you should price it. And I actually give you a spreadsheet for you to use, and it automatically calculates things for you. So honestly, it's a really good thing to do. The link for that course is in the description box below. But the most important thing is to make sure that you price your items correctly, because if you don't, that is where you're going to start running into trouble, especially if you're a shop that earns over $10,000 a year, because you have no choice. You are in Etsy ads, so you almost don't have a choice. You have to make sure that your Etsy prices are perfect. And no, it's not a formula. There are no formulas that I have ever come across that work. And I mean, even before Etsy, I've been on the e-commerce game now for about 12 years, and I'm telling you that there are no formulas that work, okay? There is no be-all and end-all numbers that you can plug in that will automatically calculate your prices the correct way, especially for handmade products, especially because there's so many variants, so many variations that goes into specific type of handmade products. So just to let you know that, honestly guys, pricing formulas are dead. They do not work. If you have found one for you that works, that is fantastic, but I urge you to just reconsider and make sure that it is working for you, especially with the offsite ads the way they are at the moment. Now, on my dashboard, I have had all of my orders from Google and one order from Bing. I don't even know who still uses Bing as a search engine, to be honest. But yeah, that is how my stats are going at the moment. I haven't had any orders from Facebook, so I don't know what's going on with that. Google has been, Google Shopping back in about 2018 was it. Literally, I plugged in about $100 a day into my Google Shopping ads, which, if you don't remember, it was always used to be promoted listings and then Google Shopping ads. It always was a separate thing, and then it went combined, and now they're doing it separate again, so goodness knows what's going on there. But I was literally spending about $100 a day on Google Ads, and it used to bring me in, well, as you can imagine, I wouldn't be spending $100 a day if it wasn't worth it. So if that gives you any idea as to how much Google shopping ads used to work for me, then yeah, that's what they used to be like. But I obviously now I can't control my daily budget for offsite ads. It's more of a case of per item they're charging you a percentage. I'm personally okay with the percentage that they are charging me. I have made sure that my prices are built in with quite a substantial buffer because I do wholesale as well. I do wholesale in quite a big way. I just make sure that, you know, my prices have that buffer in, especially for wholesalers as well. If you sell wholesale, you know exactly what I mean. You know, it's not uncommon for your prices to be slashed by 40% if you are selling wholesale. Obviously you have bulk orders and things like that, but that's just something to consider. So it's not just the Etsy offsite ads, you've got to be thinking about how you're going to develop your business further. And again, we do go into real detail in this in the Shortcut to Success course. Now, the other thing about Etsy offsite ads is that you have to make sure that your listings convert well. Now, obviously with promoted listings, you can choose what listings you can promote on Etsy, which is great, because if there are those listings that don't convert well, you don't have to advertise them just yet. However, with the offsite ads, again, you can turn them off and on if you're earning under $10,000 a year, but you can't do that if you're earning over that. So the other thing to make sure of is to make sure that your listings convert well, because again, you might be kind of getting people into your ads, which is okay because you don't get charged unless they buy something from you. But again, you kind of have to make sure that your listings convert well anyway, especially if you want those all-important sales from those important eyeballs on your listings and those clicks. Now, from a search engine optimization perspective, the algorithm on Etsy has not very recently changed at all. Over the last year, I would say, it's really been pushing itself to become more like SEO on Google. Now, if you have been on Etsy for a while, you remember what the search engine algorithm used to be like on Etsy. You used to be able to game it, and I kid you not, you used to be able to game it. And the sellers that knew what they were doing used to game the system. It is now more like the Google algorithm. And the thing with that is that there's no longer a place for massively keyword stuffing your listings. Now, there is something with titles that is not quite lining up here. So I have tried shorter titles and I have tried longer titles. All of my titles so far have been keyword stuffed. So elephant necklace, comma, elephant jewelry, comma, silver elephant necklace, comma. Now, the thing with this is that Etsy has said for a while that shorter titles do better. Now, I would disagree, because if Etsy is giving me so many characters to use, I'm going to use up all those characters. I'm going to use up all that space. And sometimes there's not really a way to do that without it looking keyword stuff. So as for titles, I am continuing to test for you guys. And if you're not subscribed, please do, because I do test things on my Etsy shop and I report back to you in these videos. And also, please guys, give this video a big thumbs up. Put a comment, put yes if this is making sense to you. What's your thoughts on Etsy offsite ads? Anyway, so it is something that you have to think about. Now, what I would suggest that you do, a very, very, very quick SEO lesson that's working for me right now, is that you make sure that you vary your keywords. So it's not just elephant necklace, comma, elephant silver necklace, comma, elephant jewelry, comma, elephant. You have to make sure to look at gifting keywords. You have to make sure to look at ways that your buyers are going to be looking for your listing. The other thing about this as well is descriptions. Now, Google will read a certain amount of your description. It's usually the first little bit of your description. If you've ever typed in something like elephant necklace onto Google and an Etsy listing shows up, you will see that underneath there is a little snippet of the description that Google is actually reading for keywords. Now, do not keyword stuff this area at all. Make sure to put keywords in natural language so it flows in a paragraph that a human can read and it would make sense. So you just have to make sure not to keyword stuff that beginning bit of your description. The next thing as well is to make sure that your tags match your titles. I have found that this has worked for me. I will let you know when that changes. If you're not sure, copy an existing listing, copy it anew, and make sure to change one thing in that listing and see which one performs better. That is something that I do literally on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, so I can report back to you guys, but also it's just a good thing to do in general. So guys, my overall opinion on Etsy offsite ads is that I think that they have the ability to work really, really well. I'm actually pretty excited about where this is going to go, but I can see how a lot of handmade shops would dislike them, especially if their pricing is tight as it is. And I think the crux of this as it stands, because obviously we can't escape this. This is a thing. This is happening. From the 1st of May, we will be getting charged. Now, you can opt out of Etsy Offsite Ads by going to Etsy.com, clicking the Shop Manager, clicking Settings, clicking Offsite Ads, then going to Stop Promoting My Products, confirm that you want Etsy to stop promoting your products, and confirm Stop Promoting My Products. I just thought I would read that out in case you guys wanted to opt out, if you can opt out if you earn under $10,000 a year. But it is a thing, it is happening. And the thing with this is that I know that a lot of shops were up in arms about it, and I can understand why wholeheartedly. But if you have that buffer in your pricing to allow for you to, you know, have the budget to spend to bring people into your listing, into your shop, and therefore purchase from you, it's a bit of a no-brainer. Yes, I mean, ideally you wouldn't want Etsy taking this amount of money straight away out of your, you know, without including fees on top of that, because again, there are still the usual fees. But if you can afford that, if your products have a good markup, if you have done your pricing correctly, then it is a little bit of a no-brainer. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Please give it a big thumbs up, as that does help me a lot, or a thumbs down if you didn't like it. I don't mind, tell me. Put in the comments section, what's your thoughts on Etsy ads? How are they working for you? Let me know how it's going for you. And guys, I shall see you in the next video. Bye.